First of all, our whole idea tonight is victory, road to victory, right? What does that mean for you, and what are you looking forward to in 2024?
Well, the big thing about this is it's one of the biggest political events in the state, and all kind of candidates are invited. 1,000, probably 1,400 people by the time you're done here will be thinking about those candidates. Do we like them? Do we like what they say? Should they be president? Should they be vice president? Are they somebody in the back of our mind that we would support for Secretary of State or whatever? So it's deeper than just the presidency. The people in this room you'll find are pretty savvy political people, which is true in Iowa and New Hampshire for people in general, because the caucuses are here and the primaries there. So that's the real deal, is it's a chance for the people here that are a part of this organization, which is statewide and is very, very large, to see these candidates in person, to see them ask questions, which is part of what will happen up on the stage, not just to do a routine speech, but they'll be asked all kind of crazy questions that they could not have imagined about things that are important to Iowans, that are important to people here.
Well, and what do you think is the number one issue that Iowans are concerned about going into 2024?
Is the person really sincere about good government? Are they somebody that has an agenda that we don't like? Obviously, this is a Christian-based organization, so that's an important part of that. Are these people friendly and respectful of that kind of an agenda? But on top of that, then, do they believe, people here, do we believe that they're capable of running the country as president? We have a problem with that now, and hopefully we won't have that problem after this election.
And just one more question for you. I think it's so interesting you bring up that this is a Christian organization, Faith and Freedom Coalition.
Yes.
And Vivek is going to be speaking tonight, and he's Hindu. And so you really have a wide variety of people speaking. And so what do you think Iowans will think of that?
There's not a requirement that anybody be a Christian. The whole deal is, do they live like a Christian? And Hindus apparently do. I think they're good people. And this fellow he'll have a chance to say what he thinks. And I have a feeling the people here are going to like it.
Yeah. One more question, because I have to ask, as a former GOP chair, Iowa Dems had their first in the nation status stripped of them, but GOP is still going strong. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I was involved in it some years ago, and I have to say that Governor Tom Vilsack, who was a Democrat, we cooperated a lot to keep the Iowa caucuses. Tom Vilsack and I did everything you could think of to keep the Iowa caucuses. And we put Democrat and Republican aside for that part of it. And he was very, very good at it. And somebody else can decide whether I was very good at it. We kept the Iowa caucuses. We shook hands with New Hampshire and tried to keep that thing going where we had the Iowa caucuses and everybody went to New Hampshire. And so the Republicans have a pretty good deal here. We're going to continue with the caucuses. I hope the Democrats can get their act together and make it work, because it did when Vilsack was governor. He did a fine job of keeping the Democrats with a class act that ran very good.